Hi, I'm John Ullmen. Thanks for your interest in our book, Who Wins Conflict? The Creative Alternative to Fight or Flight, about how to manage conflict successfully at work for you, your team, and your organization. One look at the cover, and you'll probably guess the most common questions we get. Why animal characters? Why a management fable? Two reasons. First, we want to reward you for reading our book. Most management books don't get read closely past the first chapter. If anyone bothers going on, they skim. Why? The books aren't interesting enough. We owe you more than that, so we have the substance come along for the ride in the story. Now the substance is there. We draw on years of coaching and consulting hundreds of organizational leaders and management teams. I've taught for years at the UCLA Anderson School of Management. The substance is there, but we set out to write a book on conflict so that if you read 100 books on conflict, ours would still stand out the most. Next week, next year, even years from now. Once you start reading the story, you'll want to find out what happens next. And once you finish the story, you won't forget it, even if you try. But that's a good thing, because for the second and most important reason that we chose to use a management fable format, we want you to be able to apply the tools and methods, especially when it matters most. In negative conflict, and that's what we call conflict when it goes bad, in negative conflict, thoughts, emotions, actions get into a distorted, dysfunctional scramble. Our perception narrows, our decision-making is affected, often damage is done before we know it, and gets worse from there. That's where the story and the characters come in. With the story, we created an archetype of conflict at its worst to map out the pattern that negative conflict takes. We shape the characters to help depersonalize and demystify that pattern and give you power over it. So as you see how the characters take on their challenges, you get equipped with tools and alternatives that you can use in your own real-life conflicts at work. By the way, for those of you who do like to see a management framework and a more analytical explanation of how and why it works, we include in the book a section, about 40 pages long in fact, that clarifies the model and how to use our creative conflict process for yourself, your team, or your organization. So we hope you enjoy the book. Let us help you put conflict to work in your organization to produce results instead of problems. Check out whowinsconflict.com, sign up for our blog, and please feel welcome to email us at info@whowinsconflict.com. Thank you.